Number 10 Syracuse. We're ready at the face-off X, and John Mullen wins the opening draw for the Orange. Up ahead to Hiltz, quick shot and a score, and 5 seconds in, Syracuse off the opening draw takes a 1-0 lead.
Hiltz just making it count right away. Mullen, excellent job. He's continuing his unbelievable season and then getting to Hiltz, showing his snappy release there. Low to high. I love that out of the lefty Canadian.
Anticipating chippiness in this game.
We have 35 Syracuse. Cross check, direct contact to the head, 2 minutes, full time.
Wow.
Wow.
You surprised by that, Jules?
I'm surprised by that because Drew, he fell, right? He lost his footing, and then Dwan pulled up. Right? There's a world where Dwan could have just finished that check and really made it count. But I think they had to cut. I would have wished they cut him a little bit of slack on that. Maybe just made it a 1 minute instead of that 2 minute. That's a tough situation for Syracuse here.
A direct contact to an opponent's head or neck area is a 2-minute penalty, and Colgate capitalizes on the extra man to pull even at 1. Matt Carwick told us, hey, they didn't come here just to be a bystander. They came here to try to beat the Syracuse team, and it's Favreau getting the goal.
Yeah, Favreau off the great feed from Rory Connor, just that no look, right? It's very subtle.
Syracuse waiting for its offensive personnel. Waiting for the Colgate man up to expire as well. And it does. And it's now essentially a free possession for the Orange.
Yeah, 2-for-1 opportunity here. Let's see what Syracuse can kind of put together.
Leo, Hiltz feeding inside. Spallina over to Hiltz. Bicentennial men. Both Spallina and Hiltz get to 200 points on that Syracuse goal.
And there's the passing. Coach Gate talked about it. Spallina, right, that vision. Hiltz just settling into the slot. The thing I love most about this offense with Syracuse, just how fast.
Hiltz 2 goals already. That's Trey Deer, 91 in white, getting the start again for the injured Finn Thompson, who's expected back at some point next month, according to Gary Gate.
Yeah, look out for Trey Deer. Excellent off ball, right? Really complimentary to Spallina and Hiltz. Let's see if he can, take his shooting efficiency up a little bit this week.
There he is on cue, Jules. Deer, who had 4 goals Tuesday in the win against Manhattan, makes it 3-1 Orange.
And this is Deer, right? We talked about this with Coach Gate, right? Could he just find those seams in the defense, shoot a little bit better, right? Continue his confidence, and he does, and he puts Syracuse up 3-1 in the first. You've seen him make the stops in the middle of the field. He's absolutely going to make those stops just from his size alone on those low-angle opportunities Colgate's getting.
Colgate again with the ride. Syracuse gets it across. Second midfield getting some run now for the Orange. Tyler McCarthy, the sophomore. Tyler Cordes, he and McCarthy high school teammates, and then Wyatt Hoddle, diminutive sophomore with a lot of speed. Hiltz a couple of goals already. There's that skip pass. McCarthy drew the slide. Now backpedals, getting away from Quinn Fitzsimmons. Hiltz dangerous on the wing. A first quarter hat trick for Owen Hiltz.
Anish, I don't know if I've seen another team in a long time just seemingly pass guys open the way that Cuse does, right? They're not really drawing a ton of attention on the defense, but they pass the ball so fast and they put themselves in such good opportunities off ball that once you just get that Colgate defense just sucking a little bit, right? They have the range, they have the shooters, they have the... You see Leo, he's occupying that pole right? That leaves Luke Roa on the wing to be able to do some damage versus the short stick. I do think Luke Roa is a guy who has speed. He has to get the ball in space, right? Give him an opportunity to generate momentum on his dodge. He's not as much of a left-right kind of guy, but I think he's someone they need to lean on to draw those slides in the offense.
Spolina camped out at X, feeding in front to Deer. Missed the cage. Spolina retrieves, 20 to shoot. Wearing that fabled number 22. Now it's Leo. Gets to the middle, up top Hiltz. Over to Roa. Again, the ball movement in this opening quarter for Syracuse has been sublime.
The ball movement's unbelievable. And then Luke Roa showcasing his range, his outside shot here. Right, Hiltz just getting that ball in and out of his stick, and then Roa, right? That little kind of mid, pulling his stick up, sidearm shot. Just absolutely uncorking and loading that into the tie behind there a little bit too long. Got a little bit stale, right? It's important to understand, right? You have an eternal clock as the quarterback in Spolina. Just, 5 seconds, 10 seconds good, but you hold it a little bit too long back there and loses the sort of steam and the fluidity on the offensive possession.
A matchup here for Druin against Cordis. Hunter Druin, first team All-Patriot League last year. Army has blowtorched everybody in the Patriot League. Colgate's a team to watch. Liam Connor working on Carter Rice. Short stick matchup. Got topside and scored.
Liam Connor, this is a massive, massive possession for Colgate here. Anish, right? They've been going up and down. Really haven't settled in my opinion. Liam Connor, right, the sophomore, this is a big play out of him, just drives up the hash, really absorbs this contact here.
By Turner, turned away by McCool. Dwan, he's a dangerous threat in transition with 10 goals. Now Spolina.
Anish, McCool is really the difference maker in my opinion so far in this game. I think Colgate's generating high quality opportunities. Sometimes they settle, but for the most part, they're getting shots in the middle of the cage on top of the goal. And McCool just, right, he's getting down on them. He's making kick saves. Like, that's really stifling this Colgate's offense from generating any type of momentum.
He's 6 out of 8. Came into the game 59%. Spolina turns the corner and then stings the corner.
Anish, this is a big-time take out of Spolina, right? We know him to be elite off ball, right? He's fantastic passing the ball, but one-on-one, right? A lot of people have been waiting to see how consistent can Spolina be attacking his matchup one-on-one, right? Instead of playing that cat and mouse game, he attacks him right away, right? Gets up that. They understood the game plan in Colgate as they want to play that up and down, that run and gun. But they could sit on the ball a little bit, Syracuse. They don't have to fall into that trap all the time, and I think they're doing an excellent job with that, picking their spots and being efficient.
Hiltz turned away. And one clarification, I mentioned Syracuse is at Cornell. Technically, that is a neutral site game in Long Island. Deer setting the pick for Spolina. Forward front, behind the back, English. All Syracuse.
Talking about Syracuse being efficient, right, sitting on the ball. But this is what Syracuse is known for, that flair, that fun, that exciting brand of lacrosse. So Spolina just keeping his head up yet again. Trey Deer setting that pick first, kind of just causing a little bit of confusion and opening up a lane for English to get in there, right? English catches this ball, and for those of you out there, right, he's losing his angle. If you're a young player, understand when to use the around the back and when you should just finish the ball. He's running out of angle there and he puts it, but I think that's really working in Syracuse's favor, right? Because they feel more comfortable in this game, kind of settling it down. Colgate, right, for them, they want to go, go, go. So if they keep having these penalties happen, I don't know if that works for them.
Rory Connor, guess what? Stopped by McCool. Druin on the rebound, crease violation. Syracuse ball, so Syracuse has been penalized 4 times in this game, and Colgate just has that single extra man goal. On the empty net, they make Colgate pay for the ride, and it's 8-2 Syracuse.
And Syracuse has the penalties, but their man down defense, McCool, right, they're just doing such a good job of stifling Colgate, and then that 10-man ride, right? It works, and then it doesn't. Right? You have a high IQ guy in Spallina. He's in the right spot, the right time per usual. He turns, he recognizes he has the goaltender on, so it's going to be an open net, right? And that's an easy play.
Syracuse defensively over its last 66 minutes plus has only given up 2 goals.
And it starts with McCool and Cage, but I think what they're doing such a good job of is just understanding who they're playing against, right? It's reading the scout, knowing when to send double teams, right? Knowing where to push guys defensively to get McCool the shots that he wants to see, and it's really paying off for them today.
Face-off battle. It is won by Syracuse and John Mullen. Colgate able to win it back. They got a chance, unsettled, and that one finds a way in. Liam Connor, his second goal, and maybe that's the goal that wakes up this Raiders offense.
This is Colgate Lacrosse, Anish. This is what everyone's been waiting for to see out of Colgate, that run and gun style. Right, Mullen, there's another behind the back pass out of him. This is the second time he did that, and this is when it cost them. It didn't cost them the first time earlier in the first half, but it cost them there. And Liam Connor. Anish, another well-timed double team out of the Syracuse defense. Right, credit to them for that, but I don't mind that out of Colgate, possession-wise. I really think that they needed that. They needed to understand that they could play that kind of style versus Syracuse, and if they just keep their head up, right, maybe be a little bit more dynamic in their one-on-one opportunities, that's going to allow them to maybe get some goals in the settled 6-on-6.
Syracuse tried the full field shot against the Ride with the goalie out, no backup, so back it goes to the Raiders. Diving to the cage, Rory Connor. The goal is good. It's 8-4. The brothers Connor with all 4 for Colgate.
Colgate is heating up. Rory Connor, we've been kind of waiting for this all game long, right, for him to make an impact here. Unbelievable job getting in front of his defender, cutting him off right there, going for the dive, showcasing his athleticism. Right, this is really difficult for him to avoid the crease right there, get across, not hit McCool. Right, that's a fantastic take out of Rory Connor.
ACC Pro Days roll on Monday with the Miami Hurricanes. We get to see Cam Ward. Mel Kiper has him as the #1 pick by the Titans in his latest mock draft this week. 90 minutes of coverage begins at 4 a.m. Eastern. That is Monday. So Rory Connor assisted on the first Colgate goal. Brother Liam scored the next 2, and then Rory gets the 4th one. Mullen ran into a roadblock. Deer, doorstep, dunk. Spallina with his 5th assist of the game.
Slow your roll, Colgate. We can play this way too. Syracuse knows how to play this run and gun style. Right, there's that behind the back pass again. Spallina catches that ball. It's not in his stick for even half a second. He already knows where Trey Deer is going to be. And then Trey Deer, right, kind of got caught with that. That's a good question. I think it's tough at this point in the season to probably switch that up just DNA-wise. I think you kind of got to ride with it, especially when they look to kind of finish into Patriot League play. It's going to be really, really important for them to just be confident in that 10-man ride.
Here's Leo. He's shifty. Draws the slide. Hiltz. English. English feeding Deer on the inside, and Deer with a hat trick. 4 goals against Manhattan, 3 today.
Oh, Trey Deer. Let's go. Where you been, kid? That's that catch and finish, dip and dunk. English with the feed here, watch, keeping his head up. Trey Deer snags it out of air, comes across his body, right, brings it back, so he's coming behind the cage. That is really high level. And we know that Trey Deer has this skill set. It's a matter of time before he comes.
So Syracuse will have the ball, 9:21 to go, 3rd quarter. 7-goal lead for the Orange. Colgate back into its ride. The net is empty. Dwan thought about it, face dodge. Now Grace, full field. That's picked off by Fitzsimmons. Now Colgate with the counter. Lohman. Liam Connor gets rid of it quickly. Down the alley, brother Rory. Feed inside, and right there for the finish, Jack Turner. Team leading 29th of the season and first of the game.
Liam Connor, awesome job keeping his head up here on the feed, right? Nowhere near the crease this time. He wanted to make sure it counted, right? Tremendous opportunity there for Colgate to just catch the ball in transition from it. Right, we'll see for the rest of the game what they want to do.
Yeah, there's the other side of it too, Jules, and I go back to something Jim Boeheim used to say when he coached the Syracuse basketball team. They'd play that 2-3 zone, and often he would say the best thing sometimes would be a team hits a couple of three-pointers early, and then you start settling for threes against the zone, and you're playing into the hands of the defense. Against the 10-man, sometimes, you know, you make a couple of those shots from full field early, and then you start getting a little greedy, and now you're playing into the hands of your defense because, you know, the percentage of those shots aren't quite as high. Turner lined that one up, and he puts it in the back of the net. His second goal. He scored 2 in a row, and it's 11-6.
Anish, Turner was not gonna let this one slip past him here, right? So you starts with the dodge out of Casey Quinson getting down that alley, throws a pass, which I don't think that was going to Turner, right? But right place, right time, picks that ball up, and he just loads up the gun. It was called NASCAR. It just makes practice so much more fun. It makes the game so much more fun, and it's getting away from that slowing the ball down style that we saw kind of in the early 2000s, and really just a more fun brand of the game.
I always wondered why you guys called it NASCAR and not Thunder Road.
I don't know where the NASCAR came from, but you know, a lot of great memories being able to participate in that offense.
How about Spallina? Slippery. He gets inside. He's got a hat trick and an 8-point afternoon.
Anish, the word that just comes to mind for Spallina is just crafty, right? So you watch him here, right? Again, it's just passing with him and Hiltz. They just seem to pass the ball to each other so much, and it just creates confusion for the defense. And then a little pick there out of Hiltz. Spallina comes up the left hash, right? But instead of going up that hard jab step right there, and then Hiltz is kind of just in the way, sealing his defender off. And Spallina showcases, yeah, I can score the ball lefty, right? That's
Colgate has to get it across midfield before that shot clock hits 60. They do. Now the speedy Druin, chased by Dwan. Now they really praised Druin's ability as an unselfish initiator. They say if you chart hockey assists, he's right at the top for Colgate.
And if you want to be a high-level offense, it's really important that you have players like Druin.
He can do that too. That's just pure speed using that pick from Trumbull.
And there was no hockey assist right there, Anish. That was Druin saying, hey, this is my time, one-on-one to go to the rack. He gets an excellent screen out of Ben Trumbull. Gets up the hash here. Notice he's keeping his stick upfield, right, which is preventing the Syracuse defender from getting that check, and then right as he...
Yeah, this thing could go really sideways. They're still in a spot. Yes, it's an uphill climb, no doubt. You're down 5 on the road to a top 10 team, but Jules, you get a couple of breaks, you're right there within striking distance. You get to within 4 going into the fourth quarter, you got to think you have a shot.
Absolutely, and sometimes, Anish, you got to look big picture here too, right? It's not just about the game today. It's can you play the right way? Can you maintain resilience? Can you have a fight?
Oh, we're seeing it. That's Favreau from Liam Connor, and the Raiders bringing the riot to the Dome. It's 12-8.
You can feel a sense of excitement, and you saw it out of Coach Kerwick, right? He called that timeout. You could see that sort of edge on his face, and I don't know what he said to his team in the huddle, but I imagine it fired them up because in the past couple possessions, they're just playing so much faster, so much more dialed in, and Favreau just, again, following that slide right there, that opening in the defense. Connor keeping his head up, which he's been doing all.
Let's take a look over there.
Try to see. I mean, he has the ball, Turner. I don't know if something happened behind the ball, but obviously coach is so focused on the timeout there. That's a massive possession if he can get that back, and he showed he's good at calling those, and that's difficult there for Colgate.
So now Syracuse with the ball, 15 seconds to go. Spallina with an 8-point game. Hiltz, 4 points all in the first quarter. Spallina plants behind the crease. Snakes, inside roll, shoots, scores.
This is a big-time play out of a big-time player, Anish. Right, clock's winding down. We've seen him go up the hash, take a couple shots. That time he elects to get that roll dodge, get back underneath, right, extend his stick. That auto slide, and then allow yourself to pick apart the defense instead of feeling so rushed at times.
Quinson, shadowed by Dwan. 6'4" against 5'10". Now Druin. He's got the short stick. Jake Spallina, junior out of New Hampshire. He'll isolate the shorty.
Anish, even though it feels like you might get a step on him, it just sort of feels like his whole body is just sitting over the top.
And that time, he's able to use his shake to find Quinson, and Colgate back to within 4.
Excellent take here, right, in terms of the Colgate just allowing themselves to let the defense draw. Dwan right there, right, that's number 5, Drew, and drawing the attention. Right, and then you see Casey Quinton settle in. That's a massive play out of Favreau. May not show up in the stat book as a goal or an assist, but him keeping possession for Colgate here is huge, showing his hustle, showing his grit there to chase that ball out of bounds.
Favreau's got 2 goals. There's Liam Connor. Now he's playing hangman. 30 to shoot, less than 9 minutes in regulation. Connor trying to force it through traffic, and somehow it squeaks through. Flag down.
That was good. This is wiped out by the goal. We're all even.
Raiders goal, his second of the afternoon and 14th of the season.
It is Quinson again. Somehow Liam Connor fit this in.
Tremendous feed here by Connor, but what a handle and a finish by Quinton. It could have come at a better time for Colgate, right? Just fantastic handle and a finish by Quinton. It could have come at a better time for Colgate, right? Just fantastic awareness, being in there, catching that ball, right? Understanding that his momentum was swinging into that backhand and just getting it in and out of his stick so quickly. That's a massive play at this point in the game.
Matt Carwick raved about Quinson. He's an attackman playing midfield right now, just as a way to get him out there with the top 6.
Kyle Rummel and Drew Angelo.
Meanwhile, Liam Connor, 5 points for the 6th time this season. Chance for Colgate to get to within 2. Rory Connor stings the top shelf. We got a ball game in Syracuse. Flag down. Right on the doorstep. That is a huge, huge save. 8:30 to go in the 4th. Down 2 men. I don't think you can quantify that as a single save, Jules.
No, Spallina got a little bit too cute there. A couple too many pump fakes. Probably should have thrown 1 or 2 to bury it. That turnover out of Colgate, right? That's a big, big turnover to give Cuse the ball back up on the 2-man up after the dunk that they almost got on top of the crease.
Less than 20 seconds on the 2-man advantage. Hiltz over to Roa. Colgate packed in. Spallina gives it back to Roa. Up top. Spallina. his 5th goal. It's 14-11. Syracuse on top of Colgate. That might have been Trey Deer.
It was Trey Deer, and Spallina was not gonna allow himself to not get this back, right? The man up, massive play out of him.
Killed 6 straight Colgate EMOs. Quinson not there. Liam Connor to back up. 2:53 to go in regulation. 44 on the extra man. Colgate out of timeouts. Syracuse with 2. Liam Connor up top. Pass knocked down. Druin keeps it in. 30 seconds. Back to Druin. He's got speed. He's got shape. And Druin with a blast. It's a 2-goal game.
Druin with the high heat, Anish. Stepping in, all right, he says, all right, you guys don't want to guard me. I have a shorty on me. I'm going to showcase my range, that crow hop into that 3/4 low to high. A little bit of a screen there, too, for him. And then also, Colgate doesn't have a timeout, right? So if they can kill the clock here, even if the ball goes down, if they can get a stop, great. If they score, they're still up 1. They're probably going to be able to win the faceoff and then kill another 60 seconds.
Spallina playing hangman with 88 in the red at Thomas Lala. Spallina back to Hiltz. Spallina with 10 on the shot clock. Rolls back. Spallina shoots, scores! 11 points for Joey Spallina. A new career high. 5 goals, 6 assists. And he gives Syracuse a 3-goal lead with $1:15 to go.
What a goal out of number 22 here. All right, clock's ticking down. They don't have to score it, but if someone can get it, all the better.
Red 43, personal foul, cross check, 1 minute. Red 43, cross check, 1 minute.
Is that double team there?
To that point, Anish, right? At the end of the day, it's what does Joey Spallina have to do for Syracuse to win games, right? And what he's done, and I respect this out of Joey Spallina, is he's gotten better every single year he's been at Syracuse and has added to his repertoire and expanded his game. And he's the type of guy where you can see it in the way he plays. He's going to do whatever it takes for this Syracuse offense to be great. And if he could continue to do that and other guys can step up, they have the opportunity to win big-time games.
One more for bookkeeping. Greg Elijah Brown, 3rd goal of his career. Big-time JUCO player at nearby Onondaga Community College.
Greg Elijah Brown, right out of the pass from Hiltz. Just what a fun way for him to finish.